Hey gamers, today I'm going to be interviewing your favorite top roster player, Thornark. Thornark, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Thrownorcs. Throwing right back at you. Firstly, thank you for putting me on this interview.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I am a Raster player in Rivals 2, and I was also a Raster player in Rivals 1. Still playing the bird. I mean, that's my favorite character, so there's no
Yeah.
way I'm changing characters. Um, and I'm a dog dad. I've been a dog dad of my golden doodle Yoshi for 4 years, and I work at Hamburg Fitness Center over here in Southeast Michigan.
Sick, yeah. So when did you get started playing rifles?
I started playing Rivals when a tournament named Frostbite 2018 came around.
Yeah.
Because that was when I first started the announcement. I was originally signed up for Smash at the time because I had only played Smash from when I first started, even when I was like playing Smash casually when I was in kindergarten. But I heard about Rivals of Aether at the tournament. I'm like, what the heck is this game?
Yeah.
So, and I'm the person that, like, if I see something new, and I don't know anything about it, I just want to try it out just to see if I like it or not.
Yeah.
So I edited my registration and put Rivals of Aether 1 singles in my bracket path, and I actually really started to enjoy it, like when my brother got me the game in preparation for Frostbite, and then I'm at Frostbite playing others, and it's like the vibe of it actually like connected to me because I started having a lot more fun with it than when I was playing Smash 4 at the time. Like, I got my rear end kicked all the time in Smash, like Smash 4, Smash
I can
Brawl,
relate,
Smash
yeah.
Melee. But when I played Rivals, like, it gave me a fun vibe and it connected to my heart. And then I just kept going on from there. I thought,
Yeah.
what if I stream the game more often? And eventually, if I'm able to drive, I'll be able to go to more tournaments or Rivals.
And how old were you
And
whenever you started?
Ooh, that's a good question. I was actually 20 years old.
Okay, yeah.
When I started Rivals 1.
Yeah, that's sick. And since your first event was Frostbite, which is like a pretty large event, did you like do well in it? How did that go?
Oh hell no, I didn't do well in that. I mean, that was my first
Yeah.
that was my first tournament experience. Is for experience for Rivals 1. I did play on stream, which is nice, because like
Yeah.
if you lose, then you have a VOD to review. And also, I always like playing on stream anyway because I get to look back at myself. I'm like, damn, I look that good.
Yeah. Oh my lord.
But I also have a bunch of friends that always like it whenever I play on stream in the first place because like then everyone starts to cheer me on.
Yeah, for sure.
And win or lose, sometimes you get bragging rights for looking good on stream.
That's a big part of it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. But what's it called? So you also played Smash 4 back then. Who did you main in Smash 4?
Fox.
Fox,
I was
he's a lot of
Fox
fun.
main.
And for your first tournament, did you go Raster? Like, did you immediately say, like, this is my character, like, I want to play Raster? Or were you kind of like, oh, let's try, like, Zetterburn, like, someone else like that, you know?
Yeah, for tournament-wise, I did stick with Raster, but before the tournament had happened, I was actually playing all the other characters at the time that came out, which was Zetterburn, what was it? Zetterburn, Clarin, Edalus. Wait, did I say Edalus already? Yeah, I did. And Maple, and I was just like, all these other characters just don't click with me. And then I clicked on Raster, and I found out that you could do strong attacks in the air, and I was like, wait, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think that could actually help me in a situation if I want to get a kill off a top, which is like, if I can't do it on a grounded character. So I started experimenting, and I was like, this is my character already.
Yeah. I'm curious, like, were there any, like, big, like, learning hurdles for you whenever you got into Rivals? Because I know a lot of people now, like, because I'm a, like, local TO, they'll tell me, like, oh, I can't figure this out, like, what is a hit fall, like, parry, what is that, did you have that, or were you kind of just, like, right out the gate, like...
Yeah, there were some hurdles here and there. Like, I didn't really understand what parry was. It's funny because I'll even call myself out for this, but
yeah,
I was trying to shield in the game, and I didn't know that there wasn't any shields in Rivals 1, so I was just like, every time I hit the trigger button, I'm like, is my trigger button broken?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
What's going on with this? And then the Rivals players, I mean, even MSB even told me, hey, Torg, there's no shielding in this game. I'm like,
Oh,
Thank you for
yeah.
telling me that
I don't have to get a new
beforehand.
controller. Like, I'm okay.
I actually thought my controller broke.
Yeah.
And but since they told me that, then I was just like, okay, you know what, fine. I guess I'll take the L.
Yeah.
And then later on, as years went on, I started to learn the game from other people in the community, even from top players. Like BioBurb actually taught me a lot
Oh, for real?
in the game.
Yeah, they're sick.
Yeah, because I asked them that, and also like they're one of my best friends. So.
Oh, that's awesome. When did you decide to like take the game like seriously, like competitively? Was that like at Frostbite, or did you kind of like take a little while and then you're like, okay, this is what I want to play?
It was actually like right after Frostbite because like the community around the time like I actually had fun with everybody and it gave me like a good opening, especially from like a game that I had never played before, like seriously. And I guess with like playing the endless amount of friendlies with everyone else, just kind of motivated me to learn the game a little bit more. And if I'm ready, then I would do online tournaments, which my online was very bad for like a few months, for
No,
a few
I can
years.
get that.
So it took me a few months itself for me to get like Ethernet, and then I would just do online events. And I did go to a couple offline events in Michigan and in Super Smash Con in 2019.
Yeah. SmashCon's awesome. Do any of those events like stick out to you? Do you have like a favorite event you've been to?
Ooh. Oh man, well, yeah,
You don't have to
right
pick
now,
one.
You know, yeah, I was gonna say I got so many of them.
Yeah.
I want to say one of them that before I got shut down was Michigan Masters, which was my brother's event. Idolism J, if you guys know in the FGC community, Idolism J is my brother, and he was able to run Rivals of Aether at that tournament, and I got second place.
Oh yeah, that's really sick.
So that one stuck out to me the most because like it was very emotional for me too because I got a medal at my brother's event.
Yeah.
Which
I think
I
that's sick.
wanted. I wanted him to watch that. So that one stuck out to me the most as well. And then Super Smash Con 2019 stuck out to me as well because that was my second like out of state tournament, but first out of state tournament for Rivals in particular. So but it like the whole vibes that the tournaments like gave to me was what really stuck it out the most and kind of told me like, hey, you can keep doing this if you just put your effort into it. And then thus I started to do that.
Yeah, I'm also curious, like, because you mentioned like you'd like to check out like different games, like whenever you see something new, you kind of gravitate towards that. Has there been like any other like plat fighters that you've liked besides Rivals or Rivals 2? Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
I know Cherry Nasby was trying to get me into Nasby. Now, to be fair, I have played it a couple of times just sort of like for friendlies wise, but it's not my type of game that I would compete for, but I'll still like support the game and the community. Like off to the side, it's really cool to watch, but as competition wise, it's really not my cup of tea, but there have been some plot fighters that I have tried just to kind of be like, you know what, I'll give them a shot instead of saying like your game sucks, like without even having to play it. I've seen that so many times, dude. It's really annoying.
I see a lot of people, they'll see a game and maybe like the graphics don't look great or something like that, and they'll say like, oh, this game's like bad, like right off the gate. And it's like, come on, like try it, you know, like I tried Nasby, I didn't like it. I had fun with it with friends, you know, but I wasn't like, man, I want to fight Cat Dog and like the Ninja Turtle. I forgot which one it was. Like, I want to fight this in ranked all the time. Like, I was like, no, thank you. So I stuck to my Rivals. Yeah.
Also, like, it's also like at that point where the people say like, this one sucks. Like, okay, did you major in computer engineering or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, now you say that you know how to make a better game. Come on, go ahead, make one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely it's a struggle for sure. But I mean, I enjoy all those games, like casually, like you said, like I'm the same way, but it's like whenever it comes to competing, I'm pretty content with Rivals, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But speaking of that, do you think that like Rivals 2 versus Rivals 1, like that's been a big hot topic? Do you have one that you prefer more than the other?
I mean, I like both of them.
Yeah.
To be fair, but like at this time, I'm putting my time a little bit more into Rivals 2 since the R2CS just got announced, which is Rivals
exciting.
2 Championship Series. I'm gonna be putting my time in a little bit more of Rivals 2, but I always still play and support Rivals 1
Yeah.
because since that was the first one that I came in through, I've always had fun in that game regardless. So
That game's so
you'll see me
sick.
be playing both.
Yeah. I have a video about Rivals 1, actually, like sneak peek for anyone watching, and for you. There's a video about Rivals 1 I have locked and loaded, the script's all done, so there's gonna be more Rivals 1
Oh.
content from me. I'm excited to talk about that game, though it's like such a good game, like genuinely so special. But do you think that
Yeah.
like Rivals 2 could be like bigger than Rivals 1, like competition-wise? Like where do you see the trajectory of the game, like for things like RCS?
I see it becoming a bigger competition in terms of where R2CS is being announced because they already, and they, I mean like the developers, during the R2 Direct, they were actually telling us like what events counted for R2CS, and you know, we already have quite a few Smash players that are transitioning over to Rivals 2,
Yeah.
but they're still playing Smash. So that's already like a big like pull in, if you will, into our community because that's giving our numbers like climbing up a little bit more, which is something that didn't do as much in Rivals 1, but
Yeah.
it did for the time being. But now since the R2 is out, like a lot of people are just focusing more on R2.
Yeah.
But not to say like because this pissed me off where like people say like Rivals 1 is dead. It's not dead because
Yeah.
guess what? It's still in Steam store. People are still playing it.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that's dead is your bad attitudes, okay?
You
Like
tell them.
I've wanted to say that like live on air or like to somebody like to like somebody else's audience. I'm sorry. I needed to get that out there because like
No.
Rivals 1 will never
You
die.
tell 'em.
Your attitudes are just like awful.
No,
So-
that is so true. That's spoiler. That was my next question. Like, oh, like is Rivals 2 dead? Like, are you done competing? But also, it's more like, is Rivals 2 worth playing or Rivals 1 worth playing? Right? Sorry, I was saying 2. But it's like, yeah, like 1 is still worth playing. It's still worth picking up. Like, you can still find events for Rivals 1. You know, like it's such a cool game, as I said. But what do you think about the state of Rivals 2 right now? Like after the like direct and after like the most recent patch and like Olympia and all that, how are you feeling about the game?
So far from my experience from me, like I like it. They did make some good changes with Raster, and by good I mean like where you can throw Slipstream to the other side instead of having to have it hit your opponent in order to make it activated. I hated that.
I was not a fan of that.
I really hated that, and I struggled doing that while playing at Genesis, and I still got top 32 at that tournament with like not the best changes with Raster at the time. So good on Raster's part, but outside of the rest of the patch, I think it's really cool to play against Olympia personally because like my attitude doesn't suck, so I can I'm really good at like getting around like some bad matchups that other people say that are really bad for Raster. I think since this patch did just come out, I think what's our newest tournament that's coming out? Like as of I think Combo Breaker, right?
Yes, that's coming up next month, I believe.
Yes. I don't know if there's going to be a patch before that, but so far, I mean, everyone says Olympia is broken. I get it, but let's watch her win a super major.
Yeah.
And then you can tell me afterwards.
What do you think about Olympia, by the way? Like, do you think she's like super broken, or do you think she's like just strong? Because it's like clear she's good, you know, but
Well, yeah, that's a question I get often, actually. So people ask me, like, okay, is this character, like, broken? It's not really, because, like I said, like, have you watched it, like, win a super major title yet?
yeah,
Like, if it takes a whole title, then yes, it's, like, it's a legend, or it's, like, or it's, like, the sculpture that you see, like, outside of New York or something, that you walk by, and that's the first thing that you see. But right now, like, Olympia is strong, but not overly strong.
yeah, that makes sense for sure. I getcha.
The overly strong character that was at the time was Fleet.
Yeah,
Everybody remembers that one. I know a lot of you out there are not going to hide that.
yeah, Fleet was really good. Also, next up, like something that I'm curious about, like, do you think that there is like characters in the game that are like too strong right now, or do you think they're all like in pretty good spots?
From a personal standpoint, I don't think there's anybody that's like too over strong, because everyone just kind of kicks the crap out of each other at this point.
Yeah. That's kind
And
of how
then
I
it
feel.
really just comes down to like being in a tournament and then just watching for yourself. Like, okay, looks like this character does bad against that, but then well now I have to play against that character.
Yeah.
And then what if I beat him? Then that doesn't make sense because the tables turn around, make it make sense. Like which character beats who and which character sucks.
No, yeah, I get that for sure. Like, whenever I have, like, people, like, new players ask me all the time, they're like, oh, who's the best? Like, who should I play? And I kind of have to be like, oh, like, this isn't, like, Smash Ultimate where, like, a lot of them are coming from, right? It's not like you need to pick, like, Steve or, like, Kazuya to, like, cheese wins, you know? It's like, you can pick whoever and, like, win. Like, everyone in this game is pretty strong. So, I definitely do agree with that. Do you have any fun events you're attending soon? Like, anything you're looking forward to as a competitor?
Yes, I actually have a tournament coming up next weekend in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Diamond Dust 2.
Yeah.
My mom and dad are going to that tournament with me.
Wait, that's so sick. So you go with, like, your family and all that?
Well, I try to, but
Yeah.
you know they always work, so they can't
Yeah,
really travel as much with me. But since that it's like 20 minutes from our house, this one they're able to make the drive out to.
That's really cool.
Their first tournament they actually went to with me was the Big House 9 over in at Copo Center in Detroit, Michigan. And my dad really liked the event, and I remember Juggle Guy like almost being speechless like when my mom and dad were approaching him. They're like, he was like, hi, because like, well, it's just so rare that you ever see your parents' like appearance at a gaming tournament.
Yeah, that's not super common. But that's really sick. Yeah.
Yeah, and my other events after that. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're all good.
There's other tournaments I'm going to like after Diamond Dust. I will be flying to CEO 2025 in June.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm going to be doing my hardest to save up for Evo because they have Rivals 2 at Evo this year. So now I can actually fly out there.
I'm so excited for like Evo and CEO. Those events look crazy cool.
Yeah, they look like it got a pretty good like audience standpoint from like an announcement, because like you saw everyone's streets, so like, oh my god, it's finally here. It's something that we've waited for like 5.5 years for it to be to be spotlighted. Yeah. Then after that, I'm gonna try to sneak in Pressure Point 2025 in Ontario. I think it's Ontario.
I believe so, but don't quote me on that because I might be wrong.
It's all I know is that it's 20 minutes after you cross the border from Michigan. So that one's an easy drive. And then Riptide 2025, and then I will see if Platfight Gaming Championships is going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. Last time they did it in December, which was kind of the reason I couldn't get a flight out there because it was right near Christmas time.
I remember it was like 2 weeks before.
I couldn't get a flight out there because like that was where holiday seasons were coming up.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I'll probably go to Genesis.
Yeah. That one's in Florida, right? The Plat Fight?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes.
That event looked really cool. I wish it got more spotlight on it because it was like such a fun concept, So I'm hoping they run it again. It was so sick to watch. Any last like comments about the game? What it's like being a top player?
Yeah. I got quite a few of them actually.
Yeah.
Can I first start off with my experience being a top player?
Yeah, let us hear it.
All right. So, well, before I have started becoming a top player, during COVID, I was grinding, practicing a lot online, and then Riptide 2021 came around, which was the first tournament since quarantine, and my biggest goal was to win on stage.
Yeah,
and I got that to happen. And then everyone wanted me to get better, so then I started doing that. But then I didn't have a lot of money at the time to travel. So then around 2022 to the end of 2023 was when top players like MSB and Kekasol were telling me, "Hey, Tor, you have potential to be a top player. Why don't you try for top 50?" So I committed, and I got rejected on RCS Season 7, and I was, like, very heartbroken at that one. I literally said, like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore.
No, and that makes sense, yeah.
Then they motivated me to get back up on my feet and try it again. So after that, RCS Season 8 came out, and I traveled every 3 weeks because That's how close the
Yeah,
RCS lands were, and I was like, dude, I
that
have to
is
fly like
crazy.
flying every 3 weeks was definitely a newer experience for
Yeah.
me. And then Genesis X came along, which was the championships for
Mhm.
season 8. And I said, if I make this, then it'll be history for me.
Mhm.
I got top 48 that tournament, and 2 months later, I get message from SBS, our esports manager for
Yeah.
Rivals, saying that I got it. Then there's no more RCS for Rivals 1, so I got the final spot.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And to get to say that you have a permanent spot as a top player for Rivals 1 is like something I never thought I'd achieve in my gaming career.
Yeah. And
So
people
now
can't
I
earn
get to
that
try to do it.
anymore. Like you were
Yeah,
the
well, it's
last.
so hard.
Yeah, it's crazy hard to do. Like that is so
So
incredible.
so now I get to do it for Rivals too. I want to
Yeah.
keep the climb going. I want to keep it pushing forward.
Hmm.
And it already started off really good now with making top 32 at Genesis
Yeah.
X2,
That
making
tournament was
25th out of
yeah. It was stacked.
512.
That's crazy. That's
You know
like
how like
yeah,
that's
that
like
capped, didn't
80% of the
it?
West Coast.
Yeah. Like I remember seeing
It
that
did cap.
tournament and I was like looking through like who all was attending and I was like, "Oh, I think this player's going to win." And then I was like, "No, this player's going to win." Like there's so many incredible players. I was like, "What's going on?" Like whenever like I have to seed like a regional or something like that, I get so frustrated. Like I'm like, "How do I seed like this? Like there's so many good players. Like I could not imagine doing an event like that stacked and being like I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who the best is. Like everyone's so talented at this event, you know?" Like it was
Well, yeah, because
crazy to
you have to
see.
you have to scroll through so much of their history. It's just like, well,
Yeah.
that could be going like past like 2018 or something like that, or even to 2020.
Yeah.
And then you look at it now, and it's just like, well, did it change, or like should I keep them at top,
Yeah.
or do I see the middle? It's so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of
There's so
history
many
work.
variables. Yeah. Do you have any tips for anyone who like wants to become a top player? Like do you have any like tips to someone who might be like at a mid level or like at a higher level, right? And they're like, I really want to be like that. I want to get top 50. What would you say to them?
Yeah, my tip is there's a couple of things that I even tell people at tournaments is mainly like whenever you're at a tournament and you like worried about your seeding or like you want to like try to make it out of pools, just focus on the next game that's in front of you. Really,
Yeah.
like it's the game that's in front of you, not anybody else in the back, not your opponent, not nothing anybody else, just the game that's in front of you, and then the next game.
Yeah.
Which that allows you to just kind of like not overthink about anything like in the past or like that's behind you,
Hmm.
so that you can just keep moving forward in your path. And then if you keep doing that, then you're going to get better results. And then that actually gives the esports manager for games such as Rebels of Aether, like they'll give them the clue that okay, this person is now at top level,
Yeah.
that you might qualify from there if you keep it at that rate.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can't like over push yourself to that spot like off the bat. You have to
Hmm.
sometimes start off small. Like
Yeah.
maybe like don't like if you don't make it out of pools, guess what? You can do it at that next event, and then if you get out of pools in that one, keep that going.
Yeah. That makes sense to
And
me.
that's one of my biggest tips I would give to anybody. And
Yeah.
if I may say this one part,
Yeah, for sure.
this is a bit of advice that I've gotten from or that I've asked or that I've been asked from other
Hmm.
people at tournaments. They always go, "How do you keep your cool for tournaments? Like for if you like have to deal with the crowd and whatnot."
Hmm.
To be honest, it was something I actually struggled with for a long time. I hated the crowd. I mean, not to say like I hated the people. It's more of like
No,
it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
I hated when they're like that close to
Hmm.
me, like directly behind my back, is like I felt claustrophobic, and
Yeah, I
then
get that.
I didn't really want loud noise in front of me. So my real like biggest advice I can give to someone out there that says like that struggles with tournament nerves is you got to keep going to tournaments,
Yeah.
specifically super majors, because the more you do that, like the less nervous it is, because you're always like, okay, I just did this recently,
Hmm.
so it's the same walk in the park. It's just at a different location.
Yeah, you're just doing it
Uh,
again. Yeah.
And then the same thing goes through like playing on stream or something like that. If people don't like playing on a stage, I for sure hated being on a stage. Like I hated being elevated that high. Okay,
It's kind of scary.
That shit was really scary because like I could feel like the bottom of the stage like rumbling and like then my feet rumble. I'm like I hate that. But the more you play on stream and the more you play in tournaments, and the more experience that you get, and the less like nerve-wracking it becomes.
Yeah.
And also your support gang will come up with you like during time.
Yeah,
I don't want to overforce like people to say like, "Hey, can you cheer for me? Hey, can you cheer for me? Hey, can you cheer for me and not my other guy, please?"
Yeah. cheer for me, like over there. Like, don't cheer for them. Like, just me. Like, yeah.
Can you say their shoes untied and hopefully...
make them look.
That never works.
I get that for sure. But yeah, anything else you want to plug before we wrap up here? Anything you want to mention before we're done?
Yeah, so there's a couple things I want to shout out. My gym, Hamburg Fitness Center.
Yeah.
And if you guys are in the Southeast Michigan, I'd recommend checking us out.
Yeah.
At hamburgfitness.net. We have a lot to offer at our gym. We got basketball, pickleball, and racquetball courts.
Oh, sick.
We also have a pool, sauna, and hot tub, like all in one. And we have massive selection of equipment, group fitness classes, and childcare. Like if you have kids and you need to like have someone like watch them over for like an hour.
Yeah, that's
we
very
have
cool.
that, and a bunch of friendly instructors and faces.
And they sponsor you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so cool. I'm a big fan. I'll leave
so
a link to them below in the description for y'all at home.
All right, of course.
Yeah.
hamburgfitness.net. So big shouts to them. Big shouts to my boss Shannon, who was like my big supporter in my esports gaming career. Shout out to my mom and dad, Mama Torque and Papa Torque, because they've also been very supportive. If you guys want to follow me on Twitch, you can do that. Twitch.tv/Thronorc777. And I also have a YouTube page, which is youtube.com/Thronorc777. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And then my Twitter, or I'm sorry, my X.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't. It's so stupid.
I never call it X. I just call it the Twitter. I can't call it that.
Which is at Thrownorc on there.
And all those will also be linked down below for anyone watching who wants to go check them out. I really do suggest it. And you have a creator code as well, right?
Yes, I do. If you use creator code TORQ in the Rivals of Aether 2 shop, if you ever see a skin that you want or a bundle that you want, go ahead and use code TORQ for that. But not only just my code. If you don't want to use my code, like go ahead and use everyone else's code, like Walt, Mango, Hungerbox, AMSA, Wisely, you name it. Like anything that just gives support to the content creators. It's meant a lot to us. It's been a really big Discord share and everything, and it just means a lot to making more content for the community. Yeah,
it's so awesome. I'm a big fan of it. Anything else before we wrap up here, or?
Shouts to Last Stock. If you guys hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, hit the sub button. Yeah, and the bell too, and the like button, and leave a comment.
Get your guys' email notifications. And, thank you so much, Matthew, for having me on here.
Of course, yeah, it was great to have you. Thanks so much. Oh my god, I can't talk. Hopefully we get to see more of you in the future on like big tournament streams, doing majors. I'm really looking forward to it though. But thanks for coming on today, and I'll see y'all next time.